Everything on? Yes, it is. All right, I'm gonna change the music. We're gonna jump into this right now to see where we're at. Want that or want? Do a little chip tune. Cool. Alrighty. Let's see where we're at with this. I think we're gonna try to start a subclass today. Kind of take a step away from signature moves and go look at subclasses. I know we had an idea for a level 11th feature, moving High Flyer up to 9th from last time, but that's also going to be our persona feature, so I think we're probably better off kind of seeing what we need for our subclass or what we need to help develop it. So for me, the way I'm seeing this on my wire, what is going on with my wires? Okay, let's get this out of the way. From what I'm seeing, these were general ideas that I had. Excuse me. But for sure, we know at 11th level for our subclass feature, since fighter tends to get extra attack at this level, this is where our big boost is. What's going on, Karen? So since fighter gets their big initial boost at 11, for the extra attack. We have to have a feature that's adds additional power, roughly around that kind of level. Actually, let's go look at the other martial classes to see kind of what bump they get, so we kind of know what power level we're messing with. At level 11, Paladin, Rogue, Ranger, and Rogue. Okay. Hold on, I got some side messages right here. Okay, there we go. What are we doing? Okay, so let's look at the power level at 11. So kind of what we know to keep in mind with some of our subclass features. My goal is to at least have some sort of working subclass feature by the end of this. By taking inspiration, I don't know which subclass we're going to kind of jump into. So, all right, at 11th level, fighter gets extra attack so they can attack 3 times. Monk. Let's see what Monk gets at 11th level. Okay. So their damage die goes up a size, and then they get their subclass feature. So, I think, hold on, let's go look at let's go look at this, and then let's look at one of the newer ones also to kind of see 2 of the newer ones, what they are attempting to do at their 11th level for the class. So for them, their power increases a D8. Okay, so at 11th level, way the open hand gets tranquility. You can enter a special meditation that surrounds you with an aura. Excuse me. Beginning at 11th level, you can enter a special meditation that surrounds you with an aura of peace. At the end of a long rest, you gain the effects of Sanctuary. Okay, so what the heck is Sanctuary? So they get the effects of a level 1 spell. You ward a creature within range against an attack. It targets the ward or creature with an attack or harmful spell must make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, the creature must choose a new target. Oh, that's kind of cool. Just gives them a little bit of more survivability, more of a defensive feature. All right, so level 11 for Mercy, which is probably in the newer power balanced approach that they're taking with the Monk coming out of Tasha's. You can now out Flurry of Comfort and Hurt. When you use Flurry of Blows, you replace each unarmed strike with the use of your hand healing without spending a key point for the healing. And then it's the same thing. Okay, so it's a bit of a power boost. You're able to use your 2 features, your healing hands and your hands of harm, at least once for free when using Flurry of Blows. So it's more of a resource thing. And then on addition to the additional D8 die size increase. Okay, kind of seeing that. Oh, apparently I don't got Fizz Bannies here. I got the physical book for that one. We don't need to look at this. And level 11, what do they get? Improved Divine Smite. Okay. Oh, well, oh, it's not gonna give me. What is it? Improved Divine Smite is its own deal. So, is it a? Oh, here it is. Improved Divine Smite. Whenever you hit a creature with a melee weapon, the creature takes. Yeah, so it's a. So we're looking for something that deals pretty much extra damage in some fashion, right? So that's what it's looking at. Like at least the power increases like an additional D8 level of damage, or somehow give them a free resource to allow them to do an extra deal of damage. Excuse me. Yeah, what's going on, man? I'm comparing level 11 features right now because we're going to start doing a subclass. So I'm just looking at kind of what our baseline is. And let's see, Rangers get an additional spell. And then, well, let's see what their archetype does, though, because that's pretty much going to determine they are the ones that look like they don't get too much. And we'll go to Fey Wanderer. Yeah. But from what it's looking like, the general consensus is somehow allowing them to do extra damage, at least for a martial, at that point. So with a fighter, you get the third attack. Paladin gets to add an additional D8 to their attacks. And then a monk, their die size increases, and then their, at least in the newer monks, their subclasses find a way to make pretty much cheapen their resource spending so they can do more damage. So with in regards to Mercy Monk, it looks like they can use their healing and their healing hands and their hands of harm for free, at least while using flurry of blows for at least one attack. But yeah, let me check Fey Wanderer. What do they get at 11? So Fey reinforcements. Let's say the Fey being, you can know summon Fey. Yep. So this, they get to have access to summon Fey, so they get a pet. Essentially, they get a pet. So that opens up their action economy again, allowing them to do extra damage. Not bad at all. And let's see what Gloomstalker. You learn to attack with a you can miss into another strike. Once on each of your turns, when you miss with a weapon attack, you can make another weapon attack as part of the same action. Again, this one is not so much increasing the damage, they're just making sure that they're having consistent damage. So yeah, base feature of the Fey Wanderer. Yeah, the Fey Wanderer gets an additional D4, right? Whenever they attack. And then psychic damage, and then it increases to D6 at 11th level. So again, yeah. So not only do they get, they're a lot better, they get an additional way to expand their action economy with the Summon Fey and deal extra damage that way. Or their die size goes up to a D6 too. Yeah, so alright, so we're seeing kind of a common theme with a lot of the martials. Last one I want to see is Rogue. Reliable talent, so they get an additional D6 on their sneak attack die right here. And reliable talent just helps them do more of what they want to do, right? Okay, cool. Okay, so since Rogue is more of the skill-based guy, they're obviously you're not really going to see a full-on damage boost, but they do get a boost in their roll, which is to make them way more efficient in the skills that they're able to do. So, and they get that extra D6. All right, so the kind of what we know. So for at least our 11th level, more damage. More damage. Hold on, my fiance is texting me right now. And I know I'm awaiting some food delivery coming from San Diego from my dad for dinner, which will probably get dropped up in a little bit. Okay. Sorry, so this is where we're at. In terms of what we want to do, at least in the scaffolding, what we need to do, the way this character is functioning right now, it has a lot of pieces to help you fulfill your main role, which is to be a single target martial controller. So we want to specifically target a single creature, bully them, and just punish that one creature. And then after that one's done, we move on to the next guy. So this character is kind of more of a supportive martial in a way that other martials aren't. So I don't expect this character to be doing like massive amounts of damage on their own, but I expect them to be able to have it so it sets up so that your other party members can go in and whoop on some ass. So that's what I'm thinking. Yeah. So one of the things I know we are missing, we need some sort of defensive feature to really keep them alive and in there. So we have unarmored defense, Okay, so that gives us has it so that we don't have to wear armor for our armor calculations and not going to use a shield. And then momentum, as long as we have a momentum die, so there's a reason why we want to build it up. It isn't just to expend the, it isn't just to expend, pretty much isn't just a currency to spend on signature moves. It is also a resource that we kind of give us a state bait action. So as long as we have one momentum die, we reduce the damage of any bludgeoning, piercing, or slashing damage. So that's a good thing. So that we could take more inspiration from this idea and somehow give a momentum-based defensive action or defensive feature. And reason I want it to kind of trigger off momentum, state-based effect, is in large part to gear it towards combat, so people know that this is only for combat. That the defensive feature is only going to be geared towards and it's only going to be useful there. So yeah, so that's what I see that fitting at 6th level, because we can't really fit it at the third level. So what I'm wanting at 3rd level, we're going to get 2 features. One that somehow expands their proficiencies or their role a little bit. So the proficiencies are going to be more of a it's to provide role clarity or expand the role. It's just to help further RP and help solidify the concept behind the mask. Then also their other 3rd level is either going to be some sort of fighting style. I'm in a 2 ideas are coming to mind. A fighting style like buff that also signifies and reinforces the type of maneuvers and stuff you want to have, and also a signature maneuver, a signature move that's going to be kind of like your bread and butter spending, so that at least you always have a signature move that helps spend, so that you get this fighting style like buff. And that's my idea. So that yes, you can take all the other ones and you kind of mix and match whatever signature move you want, so that you can pretty much set up like these combo like situations where one turn you're gonna be able to knock them prone, and then eventually set it up that you can do another signature move that either chokes them out or stuff like that. So it's really like having a good understanding of your action economy, of knowing how to maximize your action. And so grappling, shoving, attacking, all of it, and then having your signature moves kind of mess with all of this and interact with those 3 actions for your action. Also, if you guys have any questions regarding this or any other D&D related stuff, go ahead and post them in the chat too. I'd love to take a look at some other stuff too while I'm doing this, because it helps jog the brain. Hold on, I'm getting a little distracted. My buddies are messaging me regarding my wedding, because they want to make lightsabers. Okay. Anyway. Yep, grappling, shoving, and taunting, the most important 5e options. Yep, this is all Marshall's got. So yeah, and luckily, like, when it comes to taunting, we do have a taunt ability, which is smack talk, which you get at 5th level. So that is going to be like your taunt, and this really helps this character kind of play a tank and really solidify that controller option. Lightsabers are cool, but they're expensive. I'm gonna run it by the fiance, because she had that same idea too, but man, that's like an extra I think the special lightsabers where they have like the whole, you have to actually book a reservation for this, where they hold it in at Disneyland in the Star Wars area, which is I always forget it. I would just call it Star Wars Land, but it actually has Galaxy's Edge. Excuse me, Galaxy's Edge, and then it's I'll actually bring it up. Galaxy's Edge. No, Disney. I understand about your COVID restrictions. Cool. Yeah. So let me bring this up for you. Actually, I don't even have to copy paste it. We just look at this really quick. Let's go, Christian. Yeah. So this is what my buddies are talking about. Building this. You get to make your own lightsaber. There's like a cool ass show that goes along with it, but it's expensive. Yeah. See right here. $219 to $20 per lightsaber. So yeah, but these lightsabers are legit. They're legit. And then yeah, you can go into the Star Wars, the Jedi Sith store, and you can buy like customizations for it, change the hilt and everything. Pretty sick. But these are like, they used to sell like these premium lightsabers way before all of this, where you can move them and everything, and it sounds like they real lightsabers, and even if you clash them against each other, they actually make the clashing sounds. And they were like premium, 150, 200 bucks, metal and everything. And then they stopped selling them after Disney took it over, because Disney moved them to the parks. So yeah, you can make custom hilts and everything. It's sick. Anyway, back to this. Get married by Obi-Wan or Luke. Only in Force Ghost form. Also, if you guys haven't watched Obi-Wan, do it. It was good. The ending was satisfying. I will say that. The ending was very satisfying. The overall series, probably there's some weak spots, but overall, they did a really good job with bridging episode 3 to episode 4 with that series. I really hope they don't do a season 2. They don't really need one. Okay, defense. Okay, the only thing I don't really know what I want for my subclasses is right here at the end, my last 2 features. For the subclasses, because to be honest, I don't really know what else they're gonna want. So I like one general idea. Oh, it's not finished, but we're getting pretty damn close. We're getting pretty close enough that we can get a subclass going, and it's testable, it's playable. And then after getting kind of one subclass kind of going, I can probably go back to the signature moves and really define these, because I do have a bunch of ideas to finish the rest of them, right? So that's where you can see like Frog Splash, what it's supposed to do. But what I'm trying to do is nail down what our subclasses should look like today, so that since we know we've kind of figured this all out, making these will be a lot easier because we already know what these are going to be geared towards. So right now, a lot of the subclasses, the mask, I didn't really intentionally want it to be this way, but it kind of just worked out this way, is that each mask is also going to be geared towards a certain wrestling style. If I could change it, and maybe later, depending on how momentum and stuff works, and if it plays well, feels good when people use it, and if it doesn't, the backup idea is to replace momentum with a fighting style like feature, so that the class is a little bit more customizable. So you're going to specialize in a fight, like a wrestling style, and then from there, and then the masks themselves would be more about the persona you take on for doing it. That's the other idea. We are going to wait and see. I'm not too sold on it yet. I think momentum has legs, so we're gonna just need to make sure it feels good with players. So yeah, so one of these has to be like a finisher move. I don't know if this is gonna be some sort of finisher effect, maybe a there we go. Yeah, so I'm assuming either getting another extra move where it's the finisher is one idea, or dang, I don't know. That's where I'm stuck. Just last two, kind of figuring out what we kind of are needing. At this point, what do we need to kind of close this thing up? You know what? You know what? Let me see something. Okay. So, if you guys don't watch Indestructible Boy, him and another designer, Ross Slicer, have had them both on to discuss the month. They do at least somewhat regular live streams where they both go over designing, and they had a series of episodes discussing all the subclass scaffolding for every class in 5th edition. Using the 1 to 20 as noob to Hogan level, the higher level should be having multiple finishers. That's one idea we had, like, as being able to use multiple versions of the attack. But I also wanted to make sure like it's thematic, right? Because what's the point of having the mask and it's not providing a theme? So, theme to it. So, looking at the marshals, so what are we seeing at these later levels with them? So, comparably, what I'm trying to do is at level 15 and 17. So, what are they doing? Fighters doing at 15 and 18. So, 15th is considered a capstone light, which builds off of your 3rd core feature. Okay, well, makes sense. Signature move upgrade. This is where our core signature move turns into a finisher. I agree with that. That sounds about right. Some sort of thematic effect. At 18, somewhat grabbing, but also tends to build off a 3rd core. Let's see what fighter is doing then for them to think this way. I'm really happy too that Taryn and Ross did break these down especially for those of us that are amateur designers, mainly home brewing, to give us a better idea of what to look for and stuff. And I know I'm like doing a full custom class, which I don't recommend as like your first big homebrew. Don't do a class. Don't be like me. And start off with subclasses and smaller. I would even say even smaller like race options and stuff like that, and sort of build your repertoire. So we're gonna look at this one, and then I want to look at samurai, because samurai gets slept on, man. It's actually pretty solid. If you take the attack action on your turn and have advantage on attack rolls against one of your targets, you can forego the attack. Okay. Let's see. Rune Knight. What are they getting? Are they building off ruins? Ruins. You can invoke each rune you know from your rune carver feature twice rather than once. You learn to amplify your rune power as a result. Okay, so these are just small benefits and buffs. Okay, that's good to keep in mind. Okay. For me, I think the fantasy I want this to kind of encapsulate, well, you get your finisher upgrade at 15th. Right. This very thematic upgrade for using I'm thinking yeah, I can see that. I think in general though, that's kind of 5E's problem. For those that are used to playing, that mainly come from a gaming mindset, like you're used to gaming background, I mean, of like Warcraft, Diablo, or even if you're playing stuff like Elder Scrolls, even stuff like Breath of the Wild, where the whole intention is to get a bunch of loot. So you're used to mixing and matching and getting all these different weapons and trying stuff out. And then D&D does none of that, or it's a different mindset that you have to kind of break from that too. So, and there isn't really a lot of weapon variety in 5th edition. Pretty much you stick with one weapon and maybe you get like some sort of magical upgrade or something like that, but after you kind of get that, that's pretty much it, which is cool, because then I think there's pros and cons to that sort of thing. As a player, it's easier because you don't really have to track it, you don't have to really worry about carrying a bunch of crap with you or anything. You don't have it does remove a level of tracking that a video game, well, it makes it easier to track in a video game because it's just kind of there and you just see it and you don't worry about it. And there's also other systems that help support that kind of play style, where like most of the time when you have a loot system, a heavy loot system, they have ways to break it down so you build resources so you can build and get things that you want. 5th edition doesn't even have that sort of weapon crafting system or item crafting system at all. That hurts a lot of other aspects of the game, especially that you look at stuff like the Artificer, who is supposed to be the magic item crafting guy and doesn't actually have any features that feel that way. You get to get access and get to immediately have magic items, but there's no crafting system to actually help you do that. So that's why like a loot system will have to be paired with some sort of refinement crafting system, so that DMs are encouraged to just throw a bunch of crap at you, and then players can just have a system to kind of use that for it too. Yeah, repair 2d or 2d6 of choice will set. Yeah, that's the thing. And even then, like, okay, like you want to use your rapier, you could just reflavor. Like, there's no reason not to reflavor the weapon. You just it's very rare that a creature has some sort of invulnerability in 5e2. So reflavoring and changing a damage type of the weapon between like any of the physical damage types doesn't really matter too. So like you want to play a rapier, but your character is more like a pirate, so you reflavor it to a cutlass. Instead of piercing, you just have slashing damage. Not really gonna affect too much of anything. Rare, very rare instances that happens to, like, where it will matter. I don't know, Chiptune was getting a little too hype. Yeah, I think off the top of my head, the only real instance of like physical damage type vulnerability is going to be with skeletons and bludgeoning. Relatively low level stuff that you guys will probably move past. So for me, it's like, it's not. Not that big of a deal. I like, there's a third-party supplement called, I have it right here, Those Who Wander. It's like a full-on, it takes the ideas of 5th edition, use a lot of the SRD, but also changes how characters and stuff are built to kind of be this own thing. And I really love the idea of heirloom items, heirloom weapons and items that grow with you and that actually give you the equivalent of feats and class features. And as you level, the more the powers unlock on that item. So you're incentivized to just like not really need magic items, but like just have your core iconic item with you, and you get that from the get-go. It's pretty sick how they do it. Yeah, the resistance and invulnerability system for 5e, or the way they have it set up, kind of lame. If you come from a gaming first background, like you play a lot of video games and you're jumping into 5e, into D&D in the first time, it is a bit of a shock, because especially like me, I lived and breathed Pokemon when I was a kid, and even then, whenever they drop a new game, I pick it up and play it, and that whole game is based around this rock paper scissors sort of resistance and vulnerability situation. And you would think with all the variety of monsters that are in 5e, they would have this sort of system too, and expand what exactly those specific damage types do, and they don't. It's just kind of like, oh, your spell does cold. This monster's resistant to cold. Okay, have damage. That's it. There's nothing that really incentivizes you to be like, I'm using cold damage, and then I take this feat, or this subclass says whenever you use cold damage, I get this special ability. It's more so I need to take this spell that does cold damage if I want to play like this Frostcaster, Frostmaid. Can't do it. That's why I really like Crusher, Piercer, and what's the other one? Crusher, Piercer, and Slasher, because that's like you're incentivized. You're using those damage types. While it's geared towards martials, which I'm all fine with. There's some certain exceptions to it, where certain spellcasters that do those sort of damage types, mainly bludgeoning, can do really cool builds and take Crusher. That's why, like, I think the common one is a Dow Warlock, because they get additional bonus damage, bludgeoning damage, because they're chucking rocks whenever they do Eldritch Blast. And then you could take Crusher feat on top of that. Just because how Crusher is worded. Yeah. And I really wish they did more of that stuff and get more specific and give additional damage buffs to some of the other energy damage types, I guess you can say. Just to do fun and cool and like cool, flavorful, like, additional abilities for it. And even if they just code it in a way that only works with certain things, like certain levels of spells and certain stuff, to just balance it, that's cool. And it would be like the thing, that'd be the way to, like, they can fix poison damage, because it sucks. Poison sucks. Man, no, I'm stumped on Capstone, so you know what? I don't want to be there like, oh, let's think about what to do, because we still have to just figure out what it is. So let's look at journal ideas here. Okay, third. Oh, why is it that third level? Third level feature. Get that UA. I want to see how they code this. Unearth Arcana, giant option. Giant option, the last one. And also, I'm going to be doing a live stream for an hour tomorrow from 1 to 2. We're going to be talking about, I'm going to talk about my characters, all the characters I played. Do a pretty chill stream, go over what I started playing with. I actually still have my first character sheet for 5th edition for this thing. For my first character, and he's terrible. And then kind of go over my path from going from a more mechanic-driven, optimizer-minded player to being more of a story-driven role player, and why I made the switch, and how you can kind of see that in how I develop and make my characters. So that's kind of what I want to do tomorrow. Okay, I just want to see. So it's name. Okay. Name. Okay, name is gonna be okay, this no, I didn't do Allegra, bro. I did Joseph Sans. And then format, all caps, text, all caps, capitalization, uppercase. Boom. Oh man, this does have to go. We do gotta go semi-bold. No. Yeah? Yeah. Cool. Alright, just formatting it to keep it easier for me to see. Third level. Third level. Mask of the Silver Saint. Feature. Cool. Let's slot this out. This is looking pretty cool. So we got 2 third levels. 2 third levels. Yeah, Capstone will kind of figure it out. I don't know. I'll probably run it past somebody to kind of see like what I should be doing to get some feedback on it. I'll probably hit up Taryn and Phil, see if they want to see if they have time to kind of just be like, oh hey, what should I do here? Maybe even Stephen Harris. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got 6 subclass features. 4, 5, 6. Okay. So this is 6th level. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6, 11, 15, 17. Boom. Boom. Okay. So now we kind of know what it is. I don't know what it is. Yeah. I've been talking to the artist regarding the avatar and new kind of like look things are gonna be having on the channel. You're gonna see in future videos, and it looks sick. You're gonna start seeing it in thumbnails too, hopefully soon. Maybe in like, if all things work out by the next video I post, which will be in in 2 weeks. I believe the week of July 5th is when the next like full on edited voice recorded video like I normally would do them is gonna be up. I know the last week of where we at? Hey man, I just want to see this last week of June. I'm probably gonna take a small little break and not do any streams or anything, just so I can have all this time to like edit and start working on it, because I know I'm going to start doing some VO. I finished the script yesterday, I believe, and I want to do VO starting Sunday and just get down on the edit. And I do need some time, so I can just make that July 5th release date that I'm setting for myself. It's been a while. Been a while since I did a video like that, so doing the couple weeks of this easier sort of do live streams and edit style has been fun. And I'm probably still going to do those for a little bit. Okay, so what is the let's jump into this. What is the idea behind Mask of the Silver Saint? So this is based off El Santo. This character is the definitive luchador in Mexico. This is the guy that everybody kind of looks to. Let me pull him up. El Santo. Google image search safe. Yes, it is. It is definitely. So this is who this guy is. Silver Mask, appeared in a bunch of movies and stuff like that. He's pretty much like Mexico's living superhero. Really, what it comes down to it. He'd fight aliens. He'd fight werewolves, undead, you name it. So that's the inspiration behind this mask, the Mask of the Silver Saint, because of his silver mask, and El Santo translates to the saint in English. So yeah, actually, let's see the movies. You can see the movies right here. So you guys, movies. Santo and Blue Demon fighting the monsters. Samson versus the vampire women, the mummies. Santo and Dracula. Santo versus zombies. Santo versus the Martian. Yeah, so you're seeing. Yeah, El Santo is Mexico's Batman. Yep, that's why. So yeah. So I want to draw from the lore of the character or of this wrestler a bit. So the idea behind this mask is going to be that it's they're sort of tied to divine entities, and the fact that it also is going to be really good against fighting undead and aberrations. They pretty much otherworldly beings. And also based off of Santo's wrestling history, he was since he was like the definitive wrestler for Mexico. The funny part and the what's different about American wrestling, like WWE and then Luchador, is that the main hero characters in stuff like WWE tend to be more brawlers, while the bad guys tend to be more the technical characters where they do a lot of grabs and holds and stuff. In Mexico, it's flipped. The main heroes do a lot more technical and are more of a grappler style, doing a lot of holds and submission moves, while the bad guys are the brawlers. So Santo is his main wrestling style was also more of a grappler and more of a technician. So that's what we're going to kind of be looking at for this subclass. That's going to be geared towards using holds and grappling people. So you'll get benefits for using hold moves, but you're not going to be punished for using other signature moves. If you understand, that's the idea. So other ideas we have, since character is going to be more divine based, maybe they do have access to the religion skill or maybe the guidance cantrip. We need stuff that kind of helps them play into this. Maybe even able to sense divine. Let's go roll 20. Because apparently I'm a dummy and then closed it. Compendium. Yeah, my buddies and I are talking about switching over to D&D Beyond, so you're probably going to be seeing me using that a lot sooner. I think tomorrow we're going to discuss and talk about all pitching in to get a master account with all the books that we need unlocked. Okay. I want to look at what I want to look at right here is one of the ideas I have for Santo or for Mask of the Silver Saint for the proficiencies. Idea, a religion skill, and maybe the ability to detect specific creature types. So what I want to do, I think it was Arcane Cleric. Hopefully I still have access to this. The Wizard doesn't have it. Paladin is Divine Sense too. So okay, hold on. Where? ¿Dónde está? What are you at? Is it in channel? No, channel divinities turn undead. I want to sense divine entities. I'm probably missing it. I know it's in here in the Paladin, so yeah. Paladin is divine sense. A general idea of like this: the presence of a strong evil registers on your senses like a noxious odor and powerful blah 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 blah. As an action, you can open your awareness to detect such forces. Until the end of your next turn, you know the location of a, and we would limit this. I would put only you know the location of any aberration or undead within 60 feet. That's not behind total cover. I'm not sure though, like I'm not sure about the general idea for this though. Does this do I don't even remember what skills I got. What got skills to kill? Skills. Okay, see, yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Some sort of like wait, is shapeshifter a type? Well, he doesn't fight fiends. If you look at his movies, he doesn't fight fiends. The closest thing to a fiend he fights is blue demon. But I'm actually willing to expand. What are werewolves classified? What are lycanthropes classified in? Want to know what werewolves are classified. Oh, they are the. Oh no. Excuse me. They are considered humanoids, shapeshifter, but shapeshifter isn't a, or shape changer isn't a creature type. Yeah. Dang, you can't codify them. Hmm. 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 Well, hold on. Give me a sec, guys. I got to answer this really quick. Okay. We are back. Ooh. One thing I'm worried about. Let's see what favored foe does. We're gonna look at the old Ranger one. I want to look at the old Ranger one before we look at the Tasha's updates. How they do favored foe. The way I'm thinking, the additional damage he would get for fighting, like extra bonuses for fighting those types, is he already does good stuff generally using it, but if he's fighting anything that's an undead fiend aberration, a little extra, they get a little extra bonus, a little extra thing. Because I want the ability to be good, but if he hits the he gets these specific creature types, then he gets a little extra bonus. KK, yeah, my Hawaiian lunch plate food is on the way. Heck. What the heck? Okay. So, all right, let's look at what favorite enemy does. Not favorite foe, but favorite enemy. Choose a type of favorite enemy. Aberration. Alternatively, you can select 2 races. You have advantage on wisdom, survival checks to track your favorite enemies. Okay. We're just gonna put like a favorite enemy type feature. Man, I really wish Shape Changer and Shapeshifters had a Lycanthrope specifically had a what's it called? Going dumb. Brains freezing. Just had a card like a coded creature type. That'd be make it so much easier. Okay, let's see what other clerics we need. Tasha's. Look at Tasha's. Dang it, Arcana Domain did not get reprinted. Tasha's. All right, let's look at character options. I just want to see Ranger's favorite foe. Optional class features. Because favorite foe, I believe, just says like they get an extra D4, right? Pick an enemy, get an extra D4. Okay. I'm trying to think what else could we do. Because mainly this isn't... The idea isn't to make it so that this... Like, this feature is mainly to expand and support roleplay elements, is what I'm trying to do for it. So that's why you get the religion skill, you get proficiency religion. I don't know if giving it... I don't know if just giving it a damage boost here would do it. I think I can do that with start it with a third level feature and I kind of get upgrades on this stuff. Momentum defensive feature. Damage upgrade feature. Thinking this excuse me. Okay. So yeah, I think we're gonna keep a I like it when subclasses give proficiency bonus, especially for martials. When they give you proficiency bonuses to help further RP, I just wish they also did it in a less boring way at times. So that's what I'm trying to prevent. I'm gonna go back to fighter and look at the most recent subclasses we got for them, which Psy Warrior and Rune Knight. See what they kind of give us, but I know we don't really get a lot. Psy Warrior, psychic power. Just do cool stuff. Dang, they get one ability. It's like a chunky ability, but still, you only get one. Rune Knight. So yeah, like with Rune Knight, you get proficiency with Smith's tools. You learn to speak, read, and write giant. So this is like, oh, you gain proficiency in with religion. I didn't get to. What was I doing? I know it was a bit of a longer stream. I think it started when I was at work. But no, I didn't get to watch it. But yeah, like it doesn't surprise me that there's somebody posted something that said you gain proficiency like in a skill or a tool. Oh yeah, that's that's actually really, really interesting. Yeah, honestly, having more options that let you choose stuff, especially for a player, it gives you that sense of choice that I think it should be included more in options. I'm trying to think what other skills and stuff would we benefit from doing that. You can either choose religion. I think the cop-out kind of way that, it's not cop-out, but Wizards, I guess, handling it is if you already have that skill, you can choose another skill, right? They just let you choose anything else you want. You gain proficiency. Is it in or with? With the skill. What's the other clause? If you already have you could choose another skill. Where's it at? Ooh, oh, I know there's another class that does this. And I like the either or instead of like being able to do like what Wizards does, because you still limit the scope. But I think with this character, this subclass, I'm not necessarily sure what other option I can give them that's like a either or for them if I'm really wanting them to hit a specific thing. Hold on, I want to say it's Mercy has the clause. You get proficiency. Nope. History insight. When you choose this archetype at 3rd level, you get proficiency in one of the following skills of your choice. The thing is, I think, who do we have? We already have that in, like, a lot of those in the base one. Like, we already have access to, what is it? Where is it at? Athletics, acrobatics, history, intimidation, performance, and persuasion. So what I'm wanting in terms of flavor for this, I'm seeing your posted camera, is what the intention. Okay, yeah. Doug's asking, kind of verbalize the theme. So the theme with this one's going to be inspired by El Santo. He is like the main luchador in Mexico that pretty much all other luchadores are based off of. Pretty much he is their superhero in a lot of sense. Silver Mask, but I'm also taking a divine bent on it because the character, he is literally called the Saint if you translate it into English. So it's kind of going after, we're going to take some qualities and ideas from the cleric and the paladin and kind of put them a little bit into the Silver Saint. So also taking inspiration from the movies he's done in Mexico, where he fights aliens, aka aberrations, and undead. He fought Dracula and he fought zombies. Hey, what's going on, man? Yeah, good to see you back. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out because there was a clause that I want to put in here and I don't remember where they had it because I can't find it, where you get proficiency, but if you have it already, you get to choose another one. I don't know. I think you gain proficient. Oh, it's not Arcana. Well, I think Arcana would work, but I think I want to just stick to religion because that's kind of more the angle this is. So this is kind of be like your grappling, holding, divine, holy wrestler. Yeah. So what I'm trying to figure out is trying to see yeah, it's just that clause. Okay, anyway, thematic RP feature, gotta rename these later, but thematic RP feature. I'm thinking a limited divine sense, honestly, because it does open up like, okay, you're the one they kind of call in when there was some weird undead or weird aberration stuff kind of coming around. Does Santo have to deal with mind effects if he's dealing with aliens and and Dracula? Maybe. Yeah, Drake Order does what you want, but with language. I think that's where I saw it. Side here, because I know they were doing this with a lot of the. Maybe it's like after Tasha's subclass. Maybe that's why I'm thinking. Not really sure. It's Bardarino. Where are you at? Spears Bard. What kind of domain I want to think here? Dragon. Okay, they don't. Nothing. No guidance. Dang, I might have to start digging into UAs, man, because I could have sworn. Was there race option? No, it's not gonna be race option. Not gonna be a race option. Yeah. Ooh. Okay. Instead of getting stun locked with this first feature. Okay, so idea. Thank you guys for this. So we need a defensive momentum feature for this. So earlier earlier, we get a feature that at the end, Valiente here at level 14, you have advantage on saving throws against being charmed and frightened effects, so we're not going to be wanting any sort of bonuses for that. But maybe while you have a momentum die, some ideas. So we need to protect ourselves from mind altering effects and stuff. So while charm and fear effects will be protected against from level 14, what other stuff can we protect ourselves from? There's sonic damage. What is it? Psychic. I can't spell. This is one idea. As a reaction. All right, give me a sec, guys. I got people here. I got jebaited. I think the song had a little door ringer sound and it got me. As a reaction, roll momentum die to reduce damage from. Oh, never mind. Hold on. Okay, sorry about that. I did not. I was not jebaited. They did ring the doorbell, but they came back. Let's see. As a reaction, roll momentum die to reduce the damage from. let's see. I think the second suggestion you have right here, Cameron, I think it's stronger than the actual feature. The level 14 feature. Right, if you look at it. Level 14 feature gives you advantage against those things, and this is just straight up saying you just end it. So that's, for me, like, that's too good. It just kind of trumps what we're wanting to do at level 14. So, but this one, effects that require an intelligence, wisdom, or charisma saving throw. I like that one. This one I'm okay with. I'm okay with this one. This one though, no. This is too strong. That one's too strong for what we're doing. What we're doing from this. Let's see. I think with this. I want to get stun locked with this one. I'm trying to think what other ideas for this. Okay. Ideas for the state-based one. So what I'm looking for here is some ways to... We want this to be a defensive feature that requires you to have momentum or be able to use momentum in another way. I think using momentum kind of sucks because our other things that we're going to be doing with this class already wants you to use momentum. So the whole point is that you're wanting to build up momentum to use it on your signature moves and constantly have this yo-yoing effect of use it, build it, use it, build it, use it, build it. So when I want a momentum defensive feature, what I mean is like as long as you have momentum, this thing is active. One, because it limits this to combat. That's the big thing. I want it to limit it only to combat, and it's only going to matter in combat. If it happens outside of combat, well, rip. But that feeling of it only mattering in combat also is meant to give off this feeling of combat is the ring. All right, so that's part of it. What if when you take the necro or side damage, you can use your reaction to make an intimidation check, add your momentum, and if the enemy fails, they are frightened. Interesting. Interesting. I don't know if it goes with the feeling with this character. I think what I'm kind of missing with this is like, oh, here's the description I have, right? So this is the goodest of good guys. This is the protector of the innocents. This is like your superhero-esque one. So I think I think that's what we're struggling, and I think I'm missing the point too, like what we're wanting to do with this. This guy should make us feel good and make the people around us also feel good for having them around. Another idea. Okay, so idea. Because right, where this is more of a protectoress character, right? This holy character. Maybe some mini aura effect. Yeah, aren't a lot of monsters immune to being frightened, especially aberrations might not give them temp HP. Maybe some temp HP. idea is, because obviously this is the way I see this sort of superhero-esque person. When you see a Santo, pretty much you see Superman, you see these characters appear on the scene, these Captain America-esque characters. When they appear, you know things are gonna be okay. So maybe that's what this momentum feature needs to be, some sort of feature that says, as long as they're doing their thing and they're kicking ass, holding these people down, anybody that's around, any allies that's around, they get benefits for being around them. This sort of leadership, sort of inspiring effect. So maybe when you have momentum die, creatures within creatures of your choice. Within 15 or 30 feet. I'm trying to decide. We got to see. So one, it requires you to have momentum. Right? It requires you to have momentum. It limits it. Excuse me. It limits it to only combat. And it doesn't overlap. Like, it doesn't stomp all over Valiente, because at later Valiente, these would stack. You get advantage, and then simple Paladin or is 10 feet. Yeah, I think we can get away with 15, maybe, because this is only combat. This isn't an always on feature. This is, we have to be in combat. We have to have a momentum die. Wait, let's look at Paladin. That's one idea. I'm liking that a little bit more. I'm trying to think what other... Because I don't want this... Okay, so that's one thing. I think me saying that having them be able to beat the crap out of aberrations, fiends, and undead made it seem like this was going to be more of an aggressive kind of character. And I don't think I'm really wanting that out of this character, out of this subclass. They are like this divine powered example, the shining beacon. All right, so I just don't want to overlap on what the paladin want to do. Let's see. Don't want to overlap with what the paladin wants to do. So they're a little... Is it aura protection? What I would like for them to do in Roll20 is not have specific words hot linked to random crap, and have it hot linked. Okay, see? Cool. So, all right, so this... Okay, cool. Or protection, they just automatically add your charisma modifier to any saving throw that they make. This limits it, and I might be able to expand it and be like, oh yeah. But I want it so that creature of your choice, including yourself, within 15 feet, can add your charisma modifier for saving throws against being charmed or frightened. Super limited. That's one. While you have a momentum die, creatures of your choice, including yourself, within 15 feet can add your charisma saving throw for charisma modifier for against saving. Hold on. Let's read. Valiente. How did I write it here? Okay, again, yeah. Oh, it's reading weird. While you have a momentum die, creatures of your choice, including yourself, within 15 feet of you, can add your charisma modifier on saving throws against being charmed or frightened. Well, why don't I put the as long as they're not incapacitated? Well, if you're incapacitated, right? Let's look at incapacitate. I don't think. Oh, okay, yeah, I'm right. Incapacitated is. Does Paladin not have that clause? That's why people can add that crap onto it. Is that why people do it? Yep, that is why. That is why they add it. Okay. Yeah, I'm liking this more. Let's see. You have a momentum die. I really don't want to use momentum die, but I'm gonna put this idea down here because maybe, oh no, maybe we can just put that as part of the signature move. Yeah. So momentum die or momentum works just like rage in a lot of ways. That pretty much you can't be dead, can't be incapacitated. And you have to be in combat. You have to be at least do the thing you're intended to do, which is to grapple, shove, and attack. That is, and as long as you've done that, you will have a momentum die. So the cool thing is that all the momentum features are going to cost at least 2 momentum die. But even if you spend 2 momentum die, you at least regain 1 because the way the momentum features are, I'm purposely coding them and writing them. Some of them I have to fix. Is that they are extra effects in addition to doing a grapple, shove, or an attack. Meaning they should at least net you a momentum die. So I'm hoping the idea I'm hoping with the idea is that at least in combat you will always have at least 1 die to keep your defensive features up. And the way that it's written is that they kind of just stack on top of each other. It's not that you're going to have infinite momentum die. But you always at least have access to one in some way, unless like you splurge on all of it. Okay. 6th level master, why you have momentum die. Your choice. I'm gonna remove this. Right now, this is like the strongest idea we have. Creatures of your choice, including yourself, within 50 feet of you, can add your charisma modifier on the saving throws against being charmed or frightened. Okay. For the signature move, this is gonna be a hold. So I'm gonna go back to this. Okay. I'll come back to this in a second or later. I need to constantly think. I don't know. This is probably the best idea we have for this momentum defensive feature, but I don't know if it's the one we want for this subclass. Okay, for divine holds, I think what we can do. Okay, let's look at wrestling. No. As holds, here we go. Is there any wrestler that we are aware of, or like off the top of anybody's heads here, that had like a? Actually, what was better question? Signature move. What was El Santo's signature move? Instead of like trying to figure one out, El Santo, he has what was his signature move? Okay. Ooh. Okay. His finisher is the camel clutch. So I'll pull up. So camel clutch. This is his signature move. This is the big one. So he likes to sit on their back and yank on from the chin up. So this is gonna be our holy move, our divine hold. So what we need to do is kind of figure out what exactly this hold wants to do. Okay, and the cool thing is, okay, so he also uses planchas. And the suicide dive. So he's no stranger to aerials either, but we're gonna go based off of his. We're gonna go based off of the first one of the camel clutch. So it's good to know. All right, let's look up camel clutch. What exactly are we wanting to do with camel clutch? I'm gonna have to look off screen. Sorry, guys. Wrestling camel clutch. What is exactly? What is it? Oop. Okay, so okay, so this needs to target a prone target. Oh, cool. Camel clutch. Okay. So what camel clutch is? They sit on the back. They sit on the back. Requirement: 2 momentum die. So let's look at our other holds. Okay. We're grappling a creature that is prone. Excuse me. All right, so the idea is like you sit on their back. Also, divine. Yeah, I'm probably gonna call it something. Divine clutch. It needs to have a different name. this description is too long. When grappling a creature that is prone, you grapple their chin and sit on their back, applying intense pressure. We're gonna use yours. It's shorter, way shorter. Okay, so this is to get to understand the effects of what we're gonna do. Holds are gonna be features that are bundled on top of grapples, right? So it's when you grapple somebody, you can do a hold. So some of the ideas I was playing with for holds was that they were sort of maybe these witch bolt like effects where you hold onto it, and then as long as you're holding onto that hold, you can do continuous damage, but you're spending momentum die as you do it, not gaining momentum die. That was some of the exception with some of them. While others, like Bear Hug and Full Nelson and Sleeper Hold, we're going to be like these one and done things that do a bunch of stuff. So grapple the creature that is prone, you grapple around their chin and sit on their back, applying intense pressure. So, ideas. What we're looking at for what Camel Clutch does. The person prone, what else is happening to them? They can't move. So not only that, they're prone and restrained. And so this I want to be a bread and butter hold, so that this is always going to be an option that's on the table for us. So I don't want it to be a continuous hold like option, like arm lock, arm bar, and leg lock. This is something that you can just kind of do it, and you just kind of yank and clutch on them, and boom. And then the next turn you can do something else. Because this is like one of those things I want this to help build momentum, right? But it must be cheap. We need a divine enhancement. What I want to do, I want to look at cleric, the cleric spell list. See maybe if we can find some spells or something that they have on their list. Because I'm off the top of my head, I'm not thinking there's anything from their subclasses. Maybe war. That I'm like, okay, yeah, this makes sense if you're also wrestling. But maybe sorry. Where are our class spells? Let's just go to class. Class features. Spell casting spells. Cleric spells. So let's go here. Cleric spells by level. Oh. Is radiant. That's one idea, that the damage die is actually radiant. That can be one idea. Enhancement towards aberrations. We'll put that. I think your idea was aberrations, fiends, and undead. It's not that they're gonna break you out of the hold. They may just have disadvantage on the grapple check against you. That's one idea. Another idea, if your if that's one idea. The creature grappled is an aberration, fiend, or undead. If the grapple is successful, they cannot regain HP until the start of your next turn. That's one of those ones like, yeah, you're so holy that bam, you got that holy grip on them and rip. Excuse me. That's one idea. The reason I want to look at I like looking at cleric options at times just to see what they got going on. Define favor, define shield of faith. Just to see what Crusader Mantle, Spirit Guardians, Spiritual Weapon. So what the heck? Yeah, they classes. Come on, you lied to me. Search. All right. Yeah, lied to me. Okay, so what I'm looking for is just trying to see which cool. And I put player's handbook, Xanathars, Tasha's. So all I want. Okay, there. Yeah, what I'm looking for, I just want to see all the spells. War Priest. Taking a little longer. All right. Did it. All right. Well. All right. What I'm looking for is just like bonus effects that radiant damage and radiant base and what is perceived as holy or divine spells would do. To take inspiration from it, just kind of just see if there isn't something cool or something different that our feature can do that benefits everybody. Excuse me. In terms of while this loads, divine favor, ooh, yeah. Toll the dead. But if you're dead, take more. Word of radiance. Damage. Bane bless. Blesses. Ceremony. Let me click on this one. I hate how that one's structured. Command, divine favor, guiding bolt, healing word. Oh, okay. No wonder. Yeah, isn't it just add like a D4, right? D4 radiant damage to your attacks. You utter a divine word. Choose any number of creatures you can see within range. Each creature that you can hear must make a charisma saving throw on a failed save. Da-da-da-da. Alright, here we go. Just want to see next 24 hours, a her makes ability check. You can roll a d4 and add the number rolled to the ability check. The creature can benefit from this right only once. Dedication. To a save. This is dumb. This is dumb. Okay. I don't know if I just want like a straight like damage buff. Wrestling style, grapples and holds. Let's see. Let's get some basic ideas out of the way. Add charisma mod to grapple. To grapple checks when using a hold signature move. And it's very, very specific, so it's just not blanket like, oh yeah, all your grapples are going to be adding the charisma modifier. It's only when you're going to use a hold. Makes it so like you're incentivized to use the hold. Other idea, so we can go with like the Holy Silver Saint theme. That's another idea. Pretty much the whole idea is just like to give incentive to use these style of moves. That's what these checks are. All right, you know what, guys? I got tired all of a sudden. I was gonna try to run it till 5, but I'm losing my brain a bit, so I'm gonna end it here. Let me see if there's anybody else that we can throw this to. I don't think anybody I know is streaming right now. I don't think everybody's streaming outside. Send the two of us that way. So yeah, tomorrow I'm gonna be streaming from 1 to 2, or at least for an hour, maybe a little bit longer. We're going to be talking about my characters I played. Again, I mentioned this earlier, but we're gonna talk about all my characters I played, starting from when I was just more of a mechanic driven optimizer mindset of a player, and how I went from that, and my experience of being pretty much coming mainly from video games, and how I changed and started looking towards more narrative and story driven characters and games, and diving into lore. And we're gonna discuss and show the progression of how I built my characters and each character I've played, and give a rundown of what I played and my experience with them. But also go over why I made the switch from, or what had me switch and start thinking in a more story driven and role playing centered way, from a mechanically driven optimizer point of view. Nothing wrong with either of those, but hopefully it gives people my insight into my thinking process, get inside of my head a bit, so you guys know when it comes to videos and stuff that I work on, and give advice where point of view I'm coming from. So yeah, we're gonna be doing that tomorrow. If you want to know what the hell I played, yeah, you can check me out 1 o'clock tomorrow. And other than that, thanks for stopping by, Cameron, Artur, Doug, Drunken Yoda. Thank you guys for tuning in. Christian, thank you. Karen, thank you. Yeah, and hopefully see you guys tomorrow, 1 o'clock, 1 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. So 1 p.m. I will see you guys then. You guys have a good night. And if I don't see you this weekend, you guys have a good weekend. Peace.